They say it's about the journey and not the destination. And so I decided this year, for the second year in a row that I was driving to Florida with my mom, I was going to document a little more of it than I did last year. So my mom goes to spend a couple weeks in Florida, um, and she has for many, many years. But now she's found like an Airbnb condo to stay at. And so instead of staying at a hotel, this makes a lot more sense. So she's able to go for a little longer. We've been driving her stuff down. So when my family goes, we usually drive right through the night and just get there, right? The goal is just to get there. Um, but my mom doesn't want to drive straight through the night. And so we kind of take our time and we end up spending 2 nights on the way to Florida from where we are in Ontario. So this is kind of our first leg of the trip. We do end up spending the night here in West Virginia. I love that sign right there says Stony Creek, Ontario, because for whatever reason they have that arrow. I work in that town. So for all the arrows that they could have had, I found that one was really unique to have on their board out front. Pool was fantastic. We read for hours and then we headed into town to grab dinner at a little town called Sutton. And you'll see the little sign here. There it is. It pulled up as a recommended place to eat. So we went to this. It's axe throwing / restaurant. We weren't quite sure what to think of it, but all the food was fresh and incredible. And I even told my husband the next time we're driving through West Virginia, if we're kind of in the mood for food, as opposed to just like a quick, stop it on this side of the road kind of thing, this is where we're coming. All the food was fantastic. The service was amazing. And again, you can axe throw while you're there. So you've got your entertainment and your dinner all in one place. But definitely look up Sutton when you're in the area of West Virginia. And we stayed at that Days Inn. So second day out, next leg of the trip, we are stopping again tonight, as I said. So we have a couple more states we have to get through. This one always makes us laugh here. It's Summersville, and you're flying across the highway, and then all of a sudden you are in the middle of a city, and you have to slam on your brakes because you're going normal speeds. So you always know when you get there. All right, we are officially into Virginia. Wytheville, which I keep taking the picture of that sign. Check out the big pencil in Wytheville, Virginia. It's going to pull up a silly little tourist destination. It's going to take you all of 10 seconds to get your photo. But especially if you're traveling with kids, it's a cute little photo op. So check that out. I love taking pictures of the runaway truck ramps. I don't know why. I've never seen one be used, I don't think. So I'm not exactly sure how how steep the hills actually are that we drive on. But they are there in case we need them. Or trucks need them, I should say. All right, we are officially in South Carolina, and this is where we are spending our night. So first up, coffee break. It was just kind of one of those days, need a little pick-me-up. The pool is in there for the Best Western that we stayed in. Perfect, because no matter what the weather, you are covered and good to go. All right, and we are on our way for the last leg of our trip. In case you're wondering, there is moonshine between South Carolina and Florida when you're on whatever highway we drive. Quick pee and coffee stop. Entering Georgia, we flew through Georgia. All of a sudden, we are entering Florida. It was like, where the heck did Georgia go? I find it funny, the specific moment that Florida is known as the Sunshine State, because as we enter, there is no sunshine and you can see our wipers going. It tends to be how Florida is, though. We've been many times. The rain tends to not last when we're there, but it does get rainy off and on. If you do drive into Florida, make sure you go into the Welcome Center while it's open, because you can pick orange or grapefruit juice to grab to go. It's a free little sample. All right, and here we are on the rest of our leg of the trip. So like I said, this is the second year my mom and I have done this drive. It's to help her get all of her luggage and everything to the condo she's going to be staying at for a few more extra weeks, because instead of staying at a hotel, she's able to have a proper kitchen and everything. There we go. We've unpacked the car. And yeah, the rain just did not let up until later on in the day. I found it really beautiful to listen to, though. But that was our journey from Ontario to Florida. It sounds really pretty, you got to admit. Okay, here's a sunshine picture coming up. Don't worry. That's what you expect from Florida.